The tree of liberty has been thirsty for too long. I am the spark, the powder, the match, the shot that rang, the line in the patch. I am the night they tossed the tea, the oath they swore to die free. You can chain my hands, you can break my bones, but you'll never own my soul. I am the fire in the midnight sky, the reason tyrants die. I am 1776, lightning, thunder, iron, and grit. Every musket, every fist. I am 1776. Oh, 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 oh. I am 1776. I am the flag they tried to burn, the shot that made the empire turn. I am the rebel, the Minuteman, the ink that wrote we can. We hold these truths, hear my boots on the cobblestone, hear my war cry, shake the throne, hear my drum, you know it's near, your reign of fear ends here. I am 1776, lightning, thunder, iron, and grit, every musket, every fist. I am 1776. Oh, 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 I am 1776.
Yeah, good morning, good morning. Today's Thursday. Can you believe it already? The week's just flying by. I'm gonna bring on George. There's George.
Like
Hey,
the
George.
wind. Hello, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning.
Yeah,
Morning.
Sean will be here in about 10 minutes. He's on a phone call for work, so he's gonna do that. So we'll do that. But got a lot of information today, so I hope everybody's sticking around. I know a lot of people dropped out
Hold on to your chair.
Yeah, we're gonna blow you away, just like that storm coming. We'll get to that, but what was I gonna say? Oh, we lost a lot of people yesterday to Trump at Davos, and I don't blame you guys for heading out because I would have liked to have watched it too. I had to.
Everybody go.
Huh? What?
No,
What?
it's
Huh?
okay. Gotcha.
What? Okay. Yeah, I got to go back to my media assets here. Okay. So I'll open up with a prayer. So let me hold it up here so I'm not looking down. Do not be deceived. God cannot be mocked. A man reaps what he sows. The one who sows to please his sinful nature, from that nature will reap destruction. The one who sows to please the Spirit will reap eternal life.
Yep.
That's Galatians 6:7-8. And that kind of is covering for everything that's going on in Minneapolis, because those idiots are really planning some disturbing things for tomorrow. And I think everybody knows about that. But I want to start out with something we talked about yesterday. We were talking about Trump's plane going back, turning around and everything. And I said about the electrical, about the solar storm probably hit the electronics. So check this out. And it says Air Force One electrical malfunction connected to the G4 severe geomagnetic storm that occurred 19th through the 20th, which we had 3 days of it, which is intensifying that big storm heading across the country right now. But they said, what a coincidence. But it says Air Force One frequently flies in the Arctic Circle where Earth's magnetic field is diminishing. Even weaker solar storms and coronal holes are beginning to cause problems for technology, and the elites know this. Yesterday, the Aurora Borealis was observed as far south as Mexico. So I know this is getting to be the magnetic shift where like the pole has been moving and moving and it's doing it rapidly. And from what I understand, if you follow space weather, they said the polar vortex really actually got destroyed. And that's why most of that storm's heading this way and coming across so far down across the country where you don't normally see the snow. Mm-hmm. And the other thing about it is in the ionosphere up ahead, there's been so many protons and electrons and everything from that CME that hit but that's part of the reason why they can't predict the storm as well, because they don't know that's what's really going to powerhouse that thing. It gives it a heck of a lot of energy. And we're not a weather station or anything like that, but just be aware of it. That storm, when they say it's going to be catastrophic, they're not kidding, because if all that stuff is in the atmosphere and the strain on that, plus with that combined, really could knock the grid. So that's what I wanted to say. Was that enough? Did I talk too fast?
No, but you could put that, why I don't want to always tell the truth. We could put up.
About the snow?
No.
Oh, why? Yes, it is. Okay, yeah, this is really good. This is for George.
Let me spin around. Hold on. Oh, I can see it. Here we go. Keep your eye on the ball.
Yeah, this is for George. You guys will recognize one of these people in here too.
Previous caller mentioned something very important that you guys completely brushed over, and that's something that was slipped into the 2012 NDAA. It was the rescinding of the Smith Mundt Act. And what this has done is open the floodgates for the media to basically lie to us if it's in the best interest of the government. So what we're witnessing here is the deep state aligned with media, and they have a free pass. We're a lot of questionable things happening in this country. We got mass shootings. I'm sorry to say these things are questionable. And under this law, the rescinding of the Smith Mundt Act, in reality, the government could be working with media to deceive us, and it's legal. Talk about the rescinding of the Smith Mundt Act, please.
Dan, we'll let you go there. Dan in Massachusetts. Eleanor Clift, any thoughts on what you're...
I think that sounds to be like a conspiracy theory that's alive and well. I'm not going to comment on it.
Cheryl Chumley?
I'm not familiar with that particular act, but I will say that back in the 1950s, there was that whole Operation Mockingbird thing, which was never formally confirmed by the CIA. But of course, that was the operation where CIA operatives worked with U.S. media to shape the messages that came out of the media, and it was purportedly supposed to have hit at hundreds of journalists and reporters. And that's something that has been reported and used in different terms.
What was the message that they were trying to get across in this?
It varied. It went on for years, right. And it wasn't just domestic, but it was also to slant and shape how government officials worked with foreign officials as well. But don't take my word for it. Look it up.
Well, we have aspects of the government, the USIA and Voice of America, that transmit American values abroad.
I only bring it up because you say conspiracy theorist as if it's ridiculous.
Like. Well, but at the same time, he was tying mass shootings with the media and government interference to fool the American people.
Right.
We're dismissing like a lot
theories
of connecting of
conspiracy theories as if they're ridiculous, but there are some things that our government has been involved in, including our deep state type government officials that have been recorded in history and proven.
Well, we have a moment or two. Let's get
and therefore that gives credence to what you
said.
Let's
wrap up with a call or two here.
It doesn't give credence, but
Eddie in Millbury, Massachusetts.
Just randomly dismissed.
Let's get one more. Eddie in Millbury. Good morning. Go ahead. Millbury, Massachusetts.
My beef is with you.
How do you like that? The deep state one on the right, just covered.
What was the title on about it? In Washington, who?
Well,
Washington
there were two.
Post. No, the one on the right that denied it.
Yeah.
Was part of the Washington Post. And who's Trump suing? The Washington Post.
Yeah. I'm so happy I found that, because it really, it bolsters everything that you say all the time. We know about the Smith Mundt Act. It's not a conspiracy. It's right in the NDAA. and it was put into it again in the big, beautiful bill. So, the people that they're always going to deny it and say it's a conspiracy theory, and it's not. And you guys know that. We try to tell you that, but you can look it up yourself. But you can see what happens. Even the guy from C-SPAN started panicking a little bit and was ready to bring on another caller as soon as Cheryl started coming up with some receipts and talking about it. But nobody ever, talks about this stuff really, on the air. They just don't. And because they know it's true. And that's why they don't.
So,
Okay.
And they put it back in the bill, the big, beautiful bill again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Nobody took it out.
Well, they don't want to tell the truth. They can't tell the truth. Look,
Mm-mm.
I mean, every congressman, every senator, the majority of them fucking lie, and it ain't going to change them. You also got the news media, the fake news media. They all lie. Everybody lies to fit their narrative. And like I said, you got 1.5 to 30. I mean, the 1.5. And if it wasn't for like us and other shows to bring out the truth, it's going to be, they got to be liable for. I mean, look, they're lying about spraying the shit in the air and all this stuff and everything else. We got a video about how they lie to us about what's coming down from the sky onto the ground.
Yeah. There we go.
Yeah.
Going to see how it melts, because a lot of people are asking me, wait for the fresh snow and see how it melts, see if it's plastic once again. So we're gonna check it out. I've received a lot of videos all over the world of people doing this, and places like Germany, some places in the United States, the snow just melts. New York, the snow burned black. A couple other places, I can't really remember, the snow burned black. But every time I've tried to burn it in Ontario, it does not melt. It always burns black. So let's see what it wants to do this time. Oh, I can smell plastic right away. Right away. It reeks like plastic. Wow. Not melting. Fresh snow too. Look at this. Look at that. Do you guys honestly think that's normal? There were some weirdos in the comment section of some of my videos being like, oh, it's the lighter, all this stuff. Like, I've seen people use different lighters, butane, torches, all the same result. Look at that. Reeks like plastic. Like, reeks like plastic. And it hasn't stopped snowing in Ontario. It has been crazy. It's been crazy, guys. So, yeah, if you guys want to keep sending me videos of the plastic snow all over the world, let's run it. And let me know what you think about this in the comments down below. What do they draw?
That's true. And I was telling George, I've done that before. I've known about this for years with the plastic snow, and it does go black like that. It doesn't melt correctly. And on top of that, right now, underneath this storm, I don't know if you've seen it, George, but there's been even the the English papers are reporting it, that it's not safe to go outside and breathe right now because there's so much toxins in the air. So there's something to everything what they're doing, with this storm that's coming. And everybody knows about the massive storm. So I've got a clip about it. If we have time later, I'll play it. But
what about the videos I showed on my security camera with the plastic, the fog that we had, and you see all the plastic elements that are in it. And next time I do it, I'm gonna put a thing out to see if I can grab the water in a jar. Somebody did already. And they tested it with chemicals. So it sounds crazy, but they're actually trying to poison us. That's why a lot of people can't get rid of a cough, can't get rid of this, the shit that they're spraying. I don't know how many people have these chemtrails in their skies.
We got it.
It's supposed to be stopped. And I think Tennessee, it's not in Tennessee. It's not happening in Tennessee or two other states I would know, but I don't know. I don't know all the states. Yeah, well, go ahead.
Denise is asking what happens to the plastic when the snow melts. Well, they're microparticles. They go into the ground, and that's why you're seeing crops fail and all kinds of stuff like that. So your animals are even eating that kind of stuff. But that's what ends up happening to it. Because you can't see it. It's so particles are so minute. It's like the nanoparticles that are coming down in the chemtrails. But the storm that's coming, I mean, I don't want to sound like I'm Chicken Little, but when they say the grid can go down, believe them, because they're manipulating something to begin with. And then on top of that, with those geostorms, we had 3 days for 3 days, it was going between a G1 up to a G4. It was flirting with a G5 at one point, which could take the grid down. So when you have that much electricity and magnification and everything all up in the atmosphere above us, plus with that storm, and then the strain on the electrical grid, it could go down like that. And they won't tell you that, but that's why they keep warning about, be prepared to not have electricity or something like that. I mean, I believe that stuff because I've known about it for a long time. I kind of follow, that's rabbit hole stuff. Yeah, I like the rabbit hole. So here, I want to talk about something else I came across. Should I go about South Korea?
Sure, then I can put the other one on.
Yeah. All right. So I came across this, and we'd always talk about election rigging, and Trump was at Davos, and he said, he actually did the presentation and it said election rigging, and there's going to be arrests coming. But check this thing out.
In advance. Let me give you one thing. President Yoon Suk-yeol, please release the documents you sent at Trump's inauguration. Now you know, those documents that only President Trump has seen. About 200 pages of A4 paper, yes. Please release them now, that's enough. I knew the contents in advance. But don't ask for the source. I have my own source. So, I don't know if President Yoon used the people who went to Trump's inauguration on January 21st as a congratulatory delegation or not. In any case, I believe they were probably delivered to Trump before January 20th. Yes, so reveal whether you sent them. And reveal the fact that the contents were gathered. Anyway, since President Yoon was going to kill him, and even witnessed his execution, I think it's necessary to reveal the contents of the documents he sent to Washington at that time. It's really important, This is a bit harsh, and in a way, I'm saying this without President Yoon's permission, so he might be upset. Well, it's time for him to step up. Right, and I clearly at the time. I also notified the U.S. of a significant amount of information, and I believe the president also sent it. So now, I know who relayed what information at the time, but I don't want to go into that detail. Since the person who issued the order and gave the instructions was the president, I think it would be good for President Yoon to tell me that I sent all this information to the U.S. at the time and that there was some feedback on it. Yes. Well, that's it.
So what did he say? Huh?
Yeah, God, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Say what you're saying about.
Oh, I was just going to sum up. What he said was that all that classified information about a global election rigging cartel, and he had all the classified information about it. It was a couple pages long, and it was given to Trump, and I think that's why he made at Davos why he said that about the election rigging right in front of everybody. But let me play just what he said so you can see what I'm talking about.
It's a war that should have never started, and it wouldn't have started if the 2020 U.S. presidential election weren't rigged. It was a rigged election. Everybody now knows that. They found out. People will soon be prosecuted for what they did. It's probably breaking news, but it should be. It was a rigged election. You can't have rigged elections. You need strong borders, strong elections, and ideally a good press. I always.
I want to bring up something in the next video I'm going to show. All these things that are in play, the birthright that people come here from, that'll be part of the next tape. And all the birthrights that are happening, that you have all the Chinese coming here with the women that are ready to pop and have a baby, and the ones from the Mexicans, the same thing, and all that and everything else. Eventually, these ones that were born here and they had the birthright, they would be allowed to vote. Mm-hmm. Okay? So China could turn around an election because the amount of Chinese people that came here. So if you play this video here, It'll explain very interesting about how all the countries were involved with the election, plus about how they're trying to turn it around to take down America. And claim
Yeah, who do we had the tape yesterday too. Talked about the Chinese.
Yeah, well, I'm bringing it up.
Yeah, I know. I'm bolstering it, but I'm just saying we cover stuff you don't see on the news.
Kind of this hapless government, and it's corrupt. The reality is, in their own words, they view immigration very differently. This is from a government report written by one of President Sheinbaum's top aides in December of 2024. We already know that the Mexican population in the United States reaches 39.9 million. We Mexicans are reclaiming our territory. Here's a powerful senator who's also a member of the Morena Party, who sits on the National Defense Committee, which is the most powerful committee in the Mexican Senate. Quote, we Mexicans are in our territories: California, Nevada, Texas, Utah, New Mexico, Arizona, Kansas, Oklahoma, Colorado, and Wyoming. We're going to take back the territory that was stolen from us. You hear these quotes and you think, okay, well, maybe this is just bravado. But as I point out in the book, they have actually created a network and infrastructure inside the United States. And this infrastructure, this includes Mexican government officials inside the United States who are organizing violent protests like those that hit Los Angeles, those that are in Minneapolis, and they are actively participating in our politics. They are working to elect Democrats who are sympathetic to them on immigration and working to defeat President Trump.
This is part of the, I know we spoke about this a couple of weeks ago and everything. This is all part of the color revolution.
Mm.
They are so entwined of taking down this country. It's unbelievable. And they're all, the president from Mexico, a couple of times threatens Trump, but Trump responds to her like you wouldn't believe, because she has China backing behind her. She's a communist, the one, and so is the one in Colombia. But what they're doing is the reason why, and they believe that they're going to take control, because you have all these Mexicans, and I'm not, I know a lot of Mexicans, but you have the Mexicans that are here with that dealing with the drugs and everything else. And I think that's what the next stop is going to be for President Trump, to stop the drug flow. He said in Davos, he pretty much stopped the one in the water, and the next one is going to be land. There are certain Humvees custom made for the border that's going along Arizona. Big time. I was down by the border in Arizona. This is when Mr. Personality was the president. They had, and I'll share the photos one time about it, but I took pictures. All right, they had one border patrol car going back and forth with the miles or everything. What are you laughing for?
I was waving at Sean.
Do you laughing at me? It was good.
No, I'm not laughing at you.
Yeah, I got a haircut.
He got all of them cut.
Anyway, so what happened is there's one car going back and forth the whole border of Arizona, back and forth. That's it. And then I took pictures of behind the fence. They got like 100 patrol cars, all SUVs.
I still have them on my computer too. I wish you would have told me. I would have brought them up.
Yeah, no, but I'm just saying exactly what's happening. And now because of President Trump, that's why the border is taking care of the amount of the illegals that were, coming in. That's why I posted that up, because they're doing all they can to take us down, and it's not gonna stop.
Well, now I just saw a thing going around. I guess they're asking kids to wear blue to school to ice.
Yeah, for tomorrow.
Yeah,
tomorrow.
Yeah.
Is that why you got blue on?
What?
Is that why you got blue on?
No, I got it on today because I'm for ice.
Yeah.
Today is for ice.
See, I wear blue. I always wear blue on Mondays and stuff to support ICE and police officers. So they're doing the blue to smack the blue line of the of law and order. So that's what they're doing.
You want a little trivia about blue? The color
Yeah.
blue. Blue is used in psyops because it calms your brain, and makes your synapses slow down and everything. And if you look at Davos, that's why they use the blue background all the time, because it almost puts you in a meditative state if you're listening to somebody drone on and on talking, and you have the color blue like that behind you.
Oh, really? What's purple for?
Purple's for the color revolution in the United States. That's why you see Stacey Abrams and all them people sometimes wearing the purple. Remember Hillary Clinton had the purple on?
You want to hear something else about purple?
Hmm.
If you have a do not trespass sign on your property, right?
Hmm.
You have to paint 3 trees with the color purple. Because if a person says they can't read, but they can identify color, purple means do not trespass.
Oh, really?
Yep. Point of information.
Well, that's a lot of stuff. You know what? How about going back to, if it's not my property, don't step on it, right? I mean, that's
yep.
Too much victimhood in our country. You got, that's why they have warning labels on coffee cups. Caution, could be hot. Like, it's just too much. We try to cover for too much shit. Just go back to whatever you do, you're responsible for, right?
Yep.
That's what.
But that's been around for years about the color purple. That's been back in the time of the Cowboys there. What do you call it?
I never knew that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that about trespassing, but I knew about purple being royalty, because it was such a hard color.
That's why the Democrats adopted that. But
yeah,
if everybody's worried about
Chloe wants to say hi, Tricks.
Aw, how cute.
Hey, Bella.
That's not
Well, I can't let Augie see her because Augie's got a crush on her.
Oh, we got. Hold on a second.
Well, I'm going to go into Solomon then before we do the civilian courts. Okay.
Okay.
All righty.
He did stick in there, as President Trump is wont to do, that the 2020 election was stolen, and he said, "Hey, in a couple of days, there's going to be some developments you're going to hear about the prosecution of this." You've got a breaking story that gets to the heart of the deep state. That's a blockbuster. Can you take us through that?
Yeah. First, what the president's talking about is some documents that are going to be declassified from ODNI and the Justice Department, and some new indictments coming. So, as I said on your show last week, the machinery's finally ramped up. They're finally staffed, and you're going to start to see a significant wave of indictments. Pam Bondi's in Minneapolis. I think you will see some of the funders of these protests indicted soon for bank and tax criminality. So keep an eye on that. I think they're going to use the tax law like they did with Al Capone to go after these funding groups and say they said they were doing X, but they're doing Y, and that violates their tax status. So keep an eye on Pam Bondi in Minneapolis with Kash Patel. There isn't an accident. They landed on the ground there. It wasn't for optics. It was for indictments. And then I think you'll see some stuff on elections. Keep an eye on Tulsi Gabbard. She's been working on some really amazing declassifications that I think will blow all of our minds soon. And I think that's going to be a big moment.
Yeah.
I'm getting very impatient with the soon.
Oh, didn't Trump said, he even said at Davos, though, it was going to be, stuff's going to be hitting real quick here.
I want to be in the now. You know, speak of Davos real quick. Did you see the video of him walking from Marine One on the red carpet?
Mm-hmm.
Does anybody else get a little scary, or a little nervous of that?
Yeah, that he's all open. Yep.
I mean, there's mountain range behind, trees. Every time he goes there, I get very worried when I see that setting, and it's too open. So
you know that well, we get but talking about the elections and everything. There's a thing about traders that you can play that video. I think it shows a lot of information about what can be done and what can't be done. And again, like as Tracy says about the RICO Act, which is very important. And like they took down a mob that way with the RICO Act. They should have left some of the mob alone. They would control New York a little bit better.
Kind of like Saddam Hussein controlled Iraq.
Yeah, that was the worst thing they did, is get rid of him I mean, he trashed America and everything else, but the Christians, the Jews, and the Muslims got all together, and Iran was terrified of him. Iran was terrified of that guy because he was like a loose cannon. They knew, but they had to do it. Same thing they did. The Democrats did that. They destroyed him, and they did what do you call? I mean, the deep state, and also Libya. Right? Libya paid attention.
He held the whole region in check. He held the whole region in check.
Yep.
Yep.
Gaddafi said he got rid of his nuclear bombs and all that shit and everything else, and they still took him out. And that's what happened with Benghazi. With that, everybody forgot that Hillary Clinton killed.
What difference does it make? She said, George. Remember, she said, "What difference? What difference does it make?" Remember?
Yeah. What difference does it make?
Yeah.
Well, let's see what difference.
Well, I hope a couple of years makes a big damn difference, and her ass goes to jail.
The whole thing is, like we go back about these fucking subpoenas. They got subpoenaed. Bannon got subpoenaed. Didn't show up. He went to jail. Navarro didn't show up. He went to jail. But Bill and Hillary.
They should give Hillary the Epstein cell.
Yeah. Yep. That's what they should do. I go there at midnight.
From full circle.
Anyway, could you play this one?
You want to know how the traitors get held accountable? Let's break it down. Step 1. The National Guard gets federalized. That means they're no longer just state units. They're nationwide. Boots on the ground, locking down hot zones, securing the country. Step 2. Military law kicks in. Under the UCMJ, Uniform Code of Military Justice, treason, sedition, aiding the enemy. Those aren't small crimes. That's life in prison or worse, and it's not handled by your local judge. It's handled in a military court. Step 3. Military commissions. When politicians, corporate heads, or media giants sell out their nation, you can't let their buddies in civilian courts try them. Military commissions exist for that exact reason. Swift, decisive, no games. Step 4. Federal law. Treason, sedition, conspiracy, overthrow. It's all on the books. The evidence is there. The statutes are there. And indictments will follow. Step 5. Asset seizure. Treason doesn't just cost freedom. It costs fortunes, properties, accounts, entire empires tied to corruption. Seized. And step 6. The people. None of this happens without us. Every post, every video, every word of truth forced the lies into the light. That's why the reckoning is here. This isn't about survival.
It's not about survival anymore.
Let's hope
those things are fit into place. Go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
Let's hope for one thing that we've been saying for a long time.
Accountability.
Let's hope. Well, accountability, but before we get really accountability, you need balls, right, to force the accountability. Let's hope there's some balls to force the accountability.
They're gonna have no choice. The rhinos and the assholes that are in Congress and the Senate, they're going to have no choice. And the reason why is a lot of them are going to be brought up on charges, from what I understand.
Yeah. I mean, Mark just said, "Forgive me for being doubtful. I pray for indictments to follow. Forgive me for being doubtful." I think we're all a little doubtful because it's been so long. But let's hope the right thing happens here. I mean, that's.
But what I was told, and General Flynn keeps on saying about the accountability. What I was told, because of what they're trying to get all the stuff together, the fastest way to get anybody charged with anything is the RICO Act, because it's easier. And as the Secretary of Treasury turned around, he said he's going to find out where this money's coming from and where it's going to. So it's easy to charge people like that, because that's how they got, like the racketeers all done too. But the treasonous part is very important, but it's hard with the way the political nature is in the United States. And what was funny is, like I say, Osama bin Laden said our own laws are going to destroy us, because what happens is the only way we can grab somebody and arrest them and not put them through trials, or in Washington, D.C., with all these liberal pieces of shit judges, is a tribunal.
Military, yeah.
And that's it. So now what got to happen is the military has to get in place. Then the tribunal.
But even that's a trial, though, technically, because it's.
Yeah, but no, but it doesn't fall under the code of these judges, these liberal judges, and the jury. The jury will be the jury is completely military.
Well, just remember too that they imported a whole bunch of attorneys into Washington D.C. that were experienced in military justice. So there's something happening. They kept it kind of quiet, but it did happen. There's no way they would do that unless they were anticipating these people would need to be either defended or prosecuted that way. So military justice like that, I can't think of any other reason why they would do that unless they were, they could use them for advising and everything. But I think it would be for one or the other, prosecution or defense. But otherwise, they wouldn't have them up in D.C. They'd just still be down by Gitmo or something. So I just wanted to add my 2 cents in there on that one.
That's a good
That was more than 2 cents.
No, but
that's a good 2 cents. Well, the only thing about that is, and I always say, we're all on the same side here. We're all on the path that we want to see. We want to see accountability. We want to see, but you got to look at, and I always say, especially political wise, it's the independents, right? You have the conservatives. You have the liberals, you have the lefties, whatever. It doesn't matter what happens. They're all in the same column. It's those independents that go back and forth, right? So if you do have a military tribunal and you know what's going to happen, the mainstream media is going to push that, it's a dictatorship. This is what dictators do. They have the military lock up their political. I'm just saying, and I just hope it doesn't hurt. I hope that the independents see it and say, you know what, there's a lot of proof that this happened, a lot of evidence, and these people should be held accountable.
Believe it or not, once that tribunal goes and everything else, it doesn't matter what the left or what the right says. It's what the decision is upon them. According to the Constitution, that's what's got to happen. They got the right to do that, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's believe it or not, it's what the people want. But what we did with what the people wanted, I know the 78 million people that voted for Trump and wanted this, but it's the people are not going to won't be able to respond about what's going on, because this is all written. This is going to happen, and because this will happen, they have no choice in the matter. The left, what do you call the furries and everybody else they got, the rhinos, because like I said, the Democrats and the Republicans, with what's going on with all this stuff about what's happening, a lot of them, and we saw the list of people that were on the take and the amount of money they're getting and all this stuff and everything else, their hands were in the kitty, so they're gonna be done. They betrayed this country.
just remember too that about Gitmo though, there's something definitely going on with it. Catherine Herridge always, points to different things, but in the budget there was money, and it has been in the budget to expand Gitmo. There's no reason to expand Gitmo and add everything that they're doing down in Gitmo unless they're anticipating prosecutions and confinement. Because why would they take all that money in the budget? It just does not make sense to do that. And remember, how Biden tried to shut that down and everything, and it never did get shut down. It expanded. So, that's going on behind the scenes too.
I don't know if you need Gitmo to prosecute people for what they've done in this election, but I mean, obviously I want to see accountability. I definitely do, but I think there's going to be certain people. I mean, what was it? The MoveOn.org. Wasn't that?
Oh yeah, that was a Democratic thing.
That was after Clinton's impeachment, wasn't it?
Right.
MoveOn.org. They're like, oh, just move on. They're like, just move on. But by the way, Mark called it. Chloe here, as you can see her nose, she's the one responsible for the attack of the George puppet. Just so you know, George. So she's looking at you through the screen here, and she's paying. I think she wants to come. But they brought that MoveOn.org thing right during Clinton's impeachment or whatever it was, or Monica Lewinsky stuff and all. So, I mean, I could see him now. Just oh, it's been so long. Just move on. And people, and unfortunately, there's a lot of stupid people that would say that would agree with that they should move on. I, for one, think everybody needs to be held accountable for what they did, but there's a big voting block that would probably think that way, unfortunately, and that could hurt us in other elections. So I don't know. I'm just that's a fact. I mean, that's gonna. everybody. I don't think the whole voting bloc that voted for Trump would be 100% happy for it. Someone would want to just move on, but I, for one, I want to see the gavel come down and see him put in jail.
Just an extra tidbit of information too. When I was in pilot school, one of the guys I was in school with, he was getting his instrument rating because he was VFR. He used to fly stuff down into Gitmo all the time.
What's BFR? What's that mean?
VFR, visual, and then IFR is instrument.
Yeah, they were checking her out. She was getting visual.
No. But when I was in,
so you could fly all of us out to the Wake Up Patriots convention.
If I had a plane. I don't have a pilot license. I don't have a license. I don't have a license now. But he used to fly in and out of there, and he used to tell me stories about what was going down in there because he would fly into the base and everything. And it was really quite interesting, the stuff that they were flying down there. So it was when it was getting built. But I just wanted to say
Gitmo was interesting. I talked to a guy one time that would go there. And he said they would play games like the Cubans would play games with them. They'd be up like in the mountain ranges around there, like the flash from like a sniper. You would see like the flash of the scope, right? And they would be out. Like he would go for a run, and he would see like things go on him all the time. Like they would mess with them. They wouldn't shoot at him, but they would mess with him.
Yeah, they played a lot of games like that, but he was flying stuff. That was back when they were starting to do some of the expansion on that, and he was saying how much they were flying in. And at that time, I didn't know about any, that Gitmo was going to be like for, like a military jail or whatever. But that's all the stuff that they were flying in. So I thought it was interesting. So I know there's truth to a lot of that stuff. It's not just military. So I'm kind of lost on which one, George.
The one with the.
Oh, okay.
This is the only way that Trump had to disguise himself so he could go into Greenland to talk to the people there. So I thought this was a great one by the Babylon Bee, as they usually are. So he made him an offer that he can't refuse, but it was pretty good. But good. about the Davos that they were covering and about how important Greenland is, we could put up the next video. You could take this one down. Put the next video up. It shows.
Okay, well, I'll do Greenland, and then I got something to follow up with.
Yeah. Let's follow.
Has maintained a continuous military presence in Greenland since World War II, focused on Arctic operations and missile warning.
This is why it's so important. This is why it's so important. And President Trump's got a good point about it. And he's got it looks like he's going to get it. So,
well, it's funny because if there's a missile attack on us from Russia, they're all coming over the North Pole. They're not, they're not coming over the ocean. So Greenland is up there, ready for to help defend us. It's a no-brainer. I don't even know why people. Are arguing about it. Right?
If you notice that what Trixie said before about the plane, all right, the shortest span to get to Europe, if you go from New York or Washington, everything else, it goes up north because the shortest span of the circumference of the Earth, the shortest line to go from one point to another is going up north. So he went over, believe it or not, he went over Greenland to go to Davos in Switzerland. Mm-hmm. Like you go to Italy from New York. You think
he waved to him, or you think he went like this?
I think so. He said, I think he's got the thing. Like say, if you fly from Miami to Italy, it takes you 9 hours. From New York, it takes you 7 hours because the circumference is wider in the middle of the Earth than it is to the top. So that's why they go there.
So all you flat earthers, no, the Earth is round. I've been way up there. I've seen it. Well, but anybody that flies, you can see it once you get off on the horizon. I don't believe in the flat Earth stuff. That's one I don't go for. But let's play with the Secretary of NATO said, because that bolsters up about Greenland.
Finland, Sweden, and Norway, and Denmark. Iceland, Canada, and the US. And there's only one country bordering on the Arctic outside NATO, and that's Russia. And I would argue there is a ninth country, which is China, which is increasingly active in the Arctic region. So President Trump and other leaders are right. We have to do more there. We have to protect the Arctic against Russian and Chinese influence. And that's exactly what NATO ambassadors decided to do in September. We are working on that, making sure that collectively we will defend the Arctic region. So statements from me will not add anything here. And when it comes to the Arctic, I think President Trump is right. Other leaders in NATO are right. We need to defend the Arctic. We know that the sea lanes are opening up. We know that China and Russia are increasingly active in the Arctic. There are 8 countries bordering on the Arctic. 7 are a member of NATO. That's Finland and Sweden and Norway and Denmark, Iceland, Canada, and the US. And there's only one country bordering on the Arctic outside NATO, and that's Russia. And I would argue there is a ninth country, which is China, which is increasingly active in the Arctic region. So President Trump and other leaders are right. We have to do more there. We have to protect the Arctic against Russian and Chinese influence. And that's exactly what NATO ambassadors decided to do in September. We are working on that, making sure that collectively we will defend the Arctic region.
Sorry about that edit, John.
You were stuck with Johnny.
I couldn't pull it off. I had so much shit last night that I was going through, and I thought I edited that one, but I was in a hurry. So sorry.
That's all right. That's all right. It was still good. Speaking of Davos, I see Elon Musk is going there today.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
He's going to bring up about the AI and all this other stuff that he wants to do about protecting the country and about the gold dome there and stuff like that. That dome, that thing that they're talking about is very important. I mean, you know, it's like we could get hit with an EMF, electromagnetic field, that'll shut everything down. There was that movie out that Obama did with the.
Oh, that was good.
What movie was that? I forgot what it was. But
I can't remember the name of it either.
The day after. No, not the day after.
No. Somebody in chat will know.
Yeah, and the whole thing is all the electronic cars, all the cars. And they showed it was all Tesla. This is when all the shit came out against Tesla because of the thing with Trump. The cars were crashing at each other. All of them were going to one spot, bam, 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 and and that's all because of that EMF thing.
Mm.
So
oh yeah, you missed that, Sean. We were talking about that, about Trump's plane and everything in the electromagnetic.
Yeah,
electromagnetic pulse, or what they call it, or.
Well, they said she was talking about the G4, force. That
they said the plane turned around because of about issue or whatever. I mean,
but she brought up a good point, Trixie, about she told me this yesterday.
About because of the solar storms and everything. Once he got up in the air with that interferes with your electronics on the plane and everything, all that radiation and the protons and everything, and it'll fry your electronics out. So even if they have, really good security, when you fly, they go over that plane with a fine-tooth comb. Everybody does, even if you're flying a Cessna or a Cherokee, anything like that. So you go through that whole pre-flight checklist. That plane has gone over from one end to the other. And for the electrical to go like that, it would have to be like a sudden impulse on the electrical system to short it out or something like that, where they would have to turn around, because at that point none of your instruments are going to work or anything. And if they were working, they could be under such duress they'll start smoldering and everything too. Mm-hmm. So it works everything on the plane. They would have to turn around. But if flying through the Arctic like that, anybody that flies back and forth, like it was said in that, you're gonna go through that area where you're farther up in the Arctic Circle, and that's where the magnetosphere is really, really. I think it's like 30% reduced already at that point. So you're getting that much more radiation and everything into the electronic systems and stuff. So it's pretty tricky. But, when you fly to Europe, you don't go straight across the Atlantic. They go up, through the Arctic like that, and then they come back down. It's the shortest way to get there.
ML Help put something in here. I got an email from one of my hubby's old friends that was stationed at Thule Air Force Base when the B-52 crashed with the bombs on board. Still missing one out of the 4.
When did that happen?
I think the same time when the plane spun around or something. Did you know when it happened? ML Health, when was it? Was it the same time?
Hope it wasn't like 1942 or something.
Yeah, it was like a long time ago. It wasn't.
No, they still use them.
Yeah, but the
B-52 bombers, they still use them.
I'm talking about the crash. She's mentioned about the I guess some bombs on board, and they're still missing 4 bombs, right? So when was that crash? Let's see.
I know, Lo, you're gonna bust my balls on that flat Earth stuff. I know.
1968, Thule Air Base B-52 crash. 6 members ejected safely, but one who did not have an ejection seat was killed while trying to bail out. The bomber crashed into sea. I gotta go to another page here, but out in the Arctic Sea there.
See, Lo, that's the beauty of doing this, because we all have different opinions and everything. So, and we don't get mad at each other. So you can bust my balls all you want.
What happened? You getting your balls busted?
She believes in the flat Earth, so she's busted my balls this morning because I
believe in the flat Earth.
Low country.
Low country?
Uh-huh.
Well, that's why it's low.
Is that what you call
low is flat?
Well, you're
If it
low.
was high country, it would be mountains and stuff like that, right? So low country is flat. That makes sense.
She's gonna get mad at us now, probably for calling her out. But no, we all do. We do it in good fun. We all have different opinions. It's okay. There's no.
Absolutely.
I saw the rockets take up in the air with from Elon Musk here, and they didn't go straight up. They went on an angle.
I mean, look at Chloe. Chloe prefers the George puppet over George.
Yeah.
She's got a different opinion, right?
Well, see, you want to get down a rabbit hole. We could go all about the firmament and the blue ice chunks that come down that they have no idea where that comes from and everything. There's so many different theories, but I guess until we all die, we're not going to really know.
My daughter believes in that the Earth was flat too.
There's a lot of people that do. Who's the guy that Mike Schwartz that just Donnie or something like that? He just goes on and on and on and on about the flat Earth. I think Mike told him the other day to just shut up about it because he just wouldn't stop.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I traveled a lot. I mean, the horizon and everything else. I mean, the sun comes up. It's like, I hate that song too. The sun comes up and the sun goes down. The sun comes up. I mean, at one part of the earth, and well, it could be flat. If it comes on one side of the earth, it come out the other. But who's?
Well, in the Bible, they said the firmament. And they said the firmament was God separated the waters and from above and below. And that the Earth was really a dome over the top of the cylinders.
You put all the continents together, it's like a puzzle.
Well, yeah. Any elementary kid saw that years ago. I remember looking at that going,
Not the kids today. They say, hey, you want to be a boy or girl? Don't worry about the Earth. Don't worry about what happened. That's what they do. Today, now the kids, they tell the kids.
Yeah. Hey, well, let's go back to Davos because this is kind of funny.
Should we take our Should we take our private planes?
Yeah, I'll fly everybody. You just rent me the plane. I'll fly everybody. I can't do instrument. I have to do VFR visual. So that'd be real fun. We might all die.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's do this one.
Obviously named by President Trump during that speech. Yeah. What was your reaction to what he had to say about you?
None. I think he said something very different last night. I didn't hear new scum. I heard new green scam. But I mean, come on, it was remarkably boring. It was remarkably insignificant. He was never going to invade Greenland. It was never real. So that was always a fade. And so he says, well, we should negotiate. Well, everybody here has been willing to negotiate for a year. So it had fire and fury, signified absolutely nothing. Even by Trump standards, I was rather curious. And there was boorish parts of it, but those were not even that consequential, including name-checking people he likes, people he didn't like. So, honestly, I was a little disappointed. It was a little nonplussed.
Did it stand out to you that he said Iceland multiple times when he was talking about Greenland?
And that every time a windmill turns, it costs $1,000. A lot of stuff stands out. None of this is normalized. There's a normalization of deviancy and consciousness and, comments and commentary. No other president, he's held to the curve. He's graded on a curve. I mean, it's really some jaw-dropping and remarkable statements that just, fly in the face of facts and evidence and common sense. So, but they're so, you've heard them over and over and over again. Again, for the European audience, that may have been a new speech. My God, there wasn't anything new about that speech for the American audience. The only thing that was new is he said he's willing to negotiate, but wait a sec, that's not new either, because EU's been saying we've wanted to negotiate for over a year.
You criticized world leaders when you got here, saying that some of these European leaders have capitulated to the president.
In the past,
you said you should have brought knee pads. What have you heard from them since then?
A lot. I heard a surprising number say, "Glad you made those comments." The exact opposite of what you might expect. They needed to hear those comments.
So, like, was he high or
like
what? He
Kamala.
was tweaking. Look at him.
If you watch
sound like
body
Kamala.
language right there with his eyes and his face, that last comment was such a freaking lie, right? It was such a freaking lie. Like all these world leaders are calling him, and oh yeah. Thanks for telling me I need to bring
Cancel the
these kids.
speech.
He's
I broke this bitch. Yep.
Yep.
That's what I used for our YouTube thumbnail today.
Right? Didn't they stop him from speaking? He was supposed to speak.
Now that you brought that up, look at this.
A statement posted on X just moments ago, the governor's office writes, quote, under pressure from the White House and State Department, USA House, which is a church acting as the official U.S. pavilion, is now denying entry to Gavin Newsom to speak with media after Fortune invited him to speak, end quote. Now, remember, the governor was invited to speak at an event at the World Economic Forum in Switzerland. President Trump went there and spoke earlier this morning. In an interview with CNN, Governor Newsom called Trump's speech, quote, remarkably insignificant. Now, here at KCRA 3, we are working to still gather more information about why the governor may have been blocked from speaking.
Poor Sean. Yesterday was the day before yesterday. You were making the fart noise, and now his power went out.
Oh, wonderful.
He just texted me his power went out, so I'm gonna move him. I'm gonna remove him and see. I don't know if he'll be able to come back in or not. So sorry, Sean. I can't leave him frozen like that. He's not gonna want everybody staring at his face not moving. That'd be mean.
Well, let me tell you what. Let's play this video here, and I'm going to talk about that board that Trump did, that peace board that he put together. But play this one.
Yeah, but I want to put this one up first.
Okay, do whatever you want. That's it. Sparkle Beach Ken. That's what they called him.
Yeah, he was higher than a kite. I don't care what anybody says.
Secretary of Treasury called him that name, Sparkle Beach Ken.
Yeah, but I'm not kidding. Newsom was high. You could see it. He was tweaking on something there.
He was talking like Kamala. You see how he's talking like Kamala? He didn't make no sense at all what the fuck he was saying.
Oh, I know. Mad said he should have skipped that last bump. And I think so too. That last bump, I think, is what just sent him right over the edge, because he was fidgeting and everything. I've seen people that are like that before, and that's exactly what they act like. But I like that Sparkle Beach Ken. I sent that to Red this morning. I thought it was really funny. Well, you were talking about Sparkle Beach Ken on your live too. Okay, I'm sorry. I'll go back to what you want to hear now. About Argentina, we'll go. Here we go.
It's a very important speech of what he said.
What's
the matter?
Huh? What?
What you said?
Huh? Yeah.
For some time now, and for some strange reason, the West began to turn its back on the ideas of liberty. That is why in this same place in 2024, I stated that the West was in danger as a result of having embraced increasing doses of socialism in its most hypocritical form, which is wokeism. In turn, in 2025, I explained the mental parasites sown by the left in humanity. However, 2026 is the year in which I bring you good news. The world has begun to awaken. The best proof of this is what is happening in the Americas with the rebirth of the ideas of liberty. Therefore, the Americas will be the beacon of light that will once again illuminate the entire West, thereby repaying the civilizational debt with expressions of gratitude towards the foundations in Greek philosophy, Roman law, and Judeo-Christian values. We have a better future ahead, but that better future exists only if we return to the roots of the West, which means returning to the ideas of liberty.
Well, anyway, he said a lot of important things. And don't forget, the United States bailed him out with money because it was very important about helping Argentina out, because it was a central base that he turned his whole country around about, with, like, he kept on saying the word liberty, and about the Christianity and Judea stuff, about how the West was conquered with the laws of the land of America. So Argentina is, I think there's another country there too, but Argentina is helping to control South America, which is an important base. And now his country turned around. They're making a lot of money. He did a lot of cutbacks and stuff. But the other thing I want to talk about is this peace thing that they created.
Peace board?
Yeah, the peace board. Yeah. There's one guy I ain't happy with. His name is Tony Blair. And Tony Blair is part of the oligarchs and British financial banking system and all that stuff. He was a trader. He turned around and became an enemy of the United States once Trump, trashing Trump and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, I don't know why they put him on the board, but as we all say, we don't know Trump's madness, what he does.
Keep your enemies close.
Yeah, and I was going to say that too. I was going to say
Were
that.
you? Did I take the words right out of your mouth? Did I?
Of course, because I'm Italian and you're not. And we say that all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Again, you showed me no respect. There's it.
Who doesn't show you any respect?
You just did. You just interrupted my thing.
Oh my God, here we go again. I don't even know what to say every time you do that. I really don't, except for this.
Yeah,
there you go, George.
Yeah, that's I like to do the all the time. What's his name? In Florida, my anniversary, got married at Mad Beach at the water's edge.
Yeah, Sergeant is saying Tony Blair is stopping the Ukraine-Russia war from ending. He keeps telling Zelensky not to negotiate. Well, Tony Blair is like, I think he was MI6. I really do. I think he was an asset of them. I don't think he was, he was placed in as a prime minister. That's my opinion.
Yeah, well, it's big, as they say, really big.
The really big show. Really big.
So,
yeah, Monty's worried about that too. I'm sitting here. You guys see me turn sideways all the time. I'm reading the chat as we go too. So a lot of times I don't respond, but I do read it. So just so everybody knows. I don't know about George, but is there something else you wanted to say about that, about Tony Blair and the Peace Board? Because I saw Jerry Kushner this morning talking about it, and I couldn't hear the whole thing. I had to get ready for the show, so I missed part of it. George, were you paying attention?
Trixie's not part of Italian. Who started that rumor? You're part of Italian? No, you're not.
I got something I could say, but I won't.
I know you're gonna say it. Don't even say it. Who's saying that?
I love said that. If I did ancestry DNA and it's like 3% or.
Well, I heard about tomorrow, Freaky Friday. We could talk about the axis of the Earth shifting a little bit from the solar thing.
Oh yeah, I'd love to talk about that.
Well, it affects women a lot.
You're on the fence today.
I'm not
You're on the fence today.
Hold back. What's gonna happen is I don't know that video. I don't know that. What's really gonna happen is Trump is gonna get Greenland, no matter what. I think it's very important about what's going to happen with that. I thought I did that one. This one here I think is kind of funny about with the illegals with Tom Homan and stuff. Just to pass some time, I think this is good. I had another one about the money that they were doing.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
ICE chief gets an award for 920,000 removals. Trump's ICE chief is called a Nazi. Same guy, Tom Homan, was in charge of it for Obama. Obama deported in 2012 409,000 people. Trump in 2025, 290. Wow. You got to do the math. It's so frustrating because, like you said, they've taken such an anti-Trump administration position that no matter what he does, even if it is in the name of good intentions, the problem is Minnesota is a sanctuary state. So because they're a sanctuary state, they do not cooperate with ICE. They can arrest somebody for a violent crime, have them in jail, and they release them on the street. And so ICE is forced to go get these people in the streets.
Yeah, and the worst part about it, wasn't it Walsh made a rule or something like that now that some of the ICE are going to have to wear yellow vests or something like that, so they're making a target.
No, the National Guard.
The National Guard. Okay, I misunderstood that. So there's a problem right there, and so they're going to stick out like crazy on Friday.
Well, they want to show the difference between them and the ICE agents. When you can't tell the difference between the National Guard, and here's a big slap in the face that asshole Tampon Tim. That once he implements that about the National Guard, Trump could take it over, and he could go. There's a law in the. I'll remember it tomorrow. I can't remember it now, but there's a law that and this is what I don't understand. They don't arrest him. I mean, he's causing a treasonous act by implementing the National Guards under him, with the President Trump having the Homeland Security there and other stuff. So,
yeah. Well, since it's 9:35, I'll play something really quick that Ted Lieu's
trivia question too. Don't forget.
Oh yeah, you got to do the trivia question. You've got it.
What have I got?
You've got the question.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So let me play this about Ted Lieu really quick because Lieu is such a dumbass. You're not going to believe this one.
Oh yeah, let me tell you.
Yeah.
Team Jeffries recently stated that requiring proof of citizenship is "quote unquote" voter suppression. Do you agree with that? And can you explain why, proof of citizenship, of voter ID, is problematic when it comes to elections?
So Republican Senator Grassley said he is opposed to requiring proof of citizenship for voting, and it's sort of hard to show citizenship, right? Because driver's licenses don't actually show that. So for a lot of Americans, if you don't have a passport, or if you can't find your birth certificate, how are you going to show it at the voting booth? And I think you should look into it. It might actually affect Republicans more than Democrats in terms of who could show proof of citizenship at voting booths.
Thank you.
I don't care when anybody says he's a Chinese spy. It can't be, because everything he votes is against. I mean, it just, I don't know.
I just want to play that because he said it's going to reflect bad on the Republicans. He's such a moron.
Yes. He's moron.
I thought we'd get a good laugh out of somebody stupid today. He gets the Dumbass of the Week award. And we got a thumbs down again. So thank you very much, whoever keeps
I forgot to make the certificate. I'll make it tomorrow.
Whoever keeps doing the thumbs down, please contact us at wakeuppatriots2@gmail.com so we can make sure your certificate has your correct name on it. And we'll give it to you for being so persistent and such a loyal fan that you tune in every Monday through Friday to give us that thumbs down.
We just love you. M-O-U-S-E.
Yeah, I just think it's so damn funny. Okay, so we're going to do the trivia question?
Not yet. I'm thinking.
You already told me what it was. What year about the island?
Oh, what year? Oh, yeah. What year was what year did America buy the land from Denmark, which are now known as the Virgin Islands? And what were the name of the islands? So there's 2 parts.
Oh, you can't do that. I can't. That's too much. Just,
what do you mean?
Just the year. Just
all right,
the year.
Whatever.
I'm pulling. No, we can't do that because then that'd be too many answers. So we got, what year did America buy the land from Denmark that is now the Virgin Islands?
Correct.
Sean said he's playing because he's not watching because he's not in anymore. Okay, definitely. So you going to read the answers for me? Because I have to write.
What do I? Oh, you want me to read the answer? I'm trying to download.
Oh yeah, I'm trying. I can't. Okay, I'll do it myself. Okay, definitely says 1951.
Yeah, Doc says 1857. USA says 1960. Doc again went to 1863. What are you on, a time machine, Doc? In 2 years, you put two different things. Who else? Let's see. Beach Cat Blue, 1917. America Mark 20. Here it goes, 2024. Always.
Wait a minute, Mark, you're making me right. I thought it was a serious answer.
But it's true. We were talking about because Greenland's was part of it.
Okay, Sean says 1917. Loves 1948. Who's talking about hookers? Who's talking about hookers in here? Oh, Lo, that's you. Okay. Sean says Billy told me 1917. Now that's funny. Mark. Sean got you this time. Skunk 1971.
Billy's on his way to Florida. Where? With our son.
Stacy 1930.
Where's he going to Florida, Stacy?
You're supposed to be reading me the answers, George, not playing.
1945, Aunt Jane. Universal 1917.
You're skipping people.
FL4 Trump.
Wait a minute. Wait.
Let me go in order. Billy told me 1970. Skunk said 1971. Stacy said 1930 because Billy is on his way to Florida with the son.
Billy 1940.
1917 FL Trump. Universal 1917. Aunt Jane 1945. Jelly is 1941.
Lo, what the hell is that about? Oh my God. Please contact us at goFyourself.com.
I'm so happy everybody's got it's so beautiful.
Thank you, Lo. That's right. Whoever's giving us the thumb down, please go contact us at Go Fuck Yourself. Michael saying what 1917.
I just downloaded it. I had to put it in there. What happened? What's going on?
Lady 1946. Skunk, I say whatever Denise said. Oh, you guys are funny today. Everybody's in a good mood, must be.
Listen, it's great. Everybody has a sense of humor instead of everybody being serious. I
know you got to have a sense of humor. I like to have fun when we do this.
Well, you just don't want. You're just. Hi, I'm Richie. I know everything. What's the way?
Okay. Let's. What I don't know what you're looking for.
Testimony. Remember the guy that testimony?
Okay, can I play this? Because it's 9:42. So we were talking about that big storm. I'm gonna play this. It'll kind of go into a few things. Everybody's getting kind of freaky. Everybody's talking about the storm. So
the storm of my
models are staying the same.
Oh,
everyone in the weather world is now in agreement.
I'm sorry, I didn't record it up enough.
Unbelievable winter storm coming.
That is. We'll do it tomorrow.
To test the limits.
Find it again and do it.
Yeah, I can't read what you wrote, Loves. It already disappeared on me. I'm sorry, you guys. He was talking about the storm, but he was talking about about the grid failing, and it had to do with the electrons and all that kind of stuff too. Yeah, that's right, US. And if we didn't laugh, we'd all go insane. That's no kidding. That's no kidding. I like to laugh though. I laugh all the time. You always call me out on that too, George. What are you laughing at?
The reporter that was walking out, her skirt was really short. And
Lowe's got booby magic. What the hell's that?
Well, I was going to discuss that about the access, what happens with the boobs.
About boobies?
Yeah, well, we're going to discuss it tomorrow.
We're going to discuss boobies tomorrow?
Well, because of the axis of the Earth,
What does the axis of the Earth changing have to do with boobies?
I'm going to get an axe and come to right there and right at your neck. That's going to get the axe.
I know I love to annoy you. It's fun. Oh, my screen went black. There we go.
Low country.
Oh.
I'm just a smart ass. Oh, we didn't know that. Like,
Oh, Denise is saying Ray might get up early if you're going to talk about boobies, George.
all right.
I don't know. Oh, they're saying Red's saying apparently the grid already failed in New Jersey. Nah, with their frickin' bills in New Jersey for electricity, their grid should not fail.
Oh,
their grid should be fortified.
We have to talk about Virginia. That's the good one.
We should talk about Indiana. I told you what happened to me. I got my electric bill and we're paying for the damn data centers. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. That's all I'm going to say. It's bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. I don't like it.
Look how nice. Every year, my mortgage goes up because of the insurance. I'm short of my escrow, so now they want $1,000 but I got the back. I got cheaper insurance. So
I can't, George.
What?
You have to talk closer to the microphone or turn it up a little bit. Sometimes you're.
Hello, how are you there? Testing.
Oh my gosh, is that ever better?
Is that loud? All right, that okay for you?
Yeah.
I hope I hurt your eardrums. Because you got too much stuff in your brain. That's why you can't hear me. I don't think anybody else complain about my.
I have selective hearing. Sometimes I just shut you off.
That's what it is. Because you control that board, and let's go.
No, they're saying that when you look down, it's harder to hear you. So it must be your mic isn't picking it up as well. Oh yeah, I wrote to Thumbs Down that it's always Turksy that FU is ready to take them to Hell Island as their master and waits for their arrival. Okay, loves. Yeah, I don't care who the Thumbs Down person is. It's actually kind of a joke. It
does it at 9. What they do it every time at 9:20, right? Was it at 9:20?
That's probably when they got their when they go to the toilet and they sit on the phone at. Well, I don't care who it is. I think it's funnier than hell that they do it every day.
Oh, because I'm sorry. I'll look down. I want to show everybody my haircut.
Yeah, they said about your haircut, how nice you were looking and all that kind of stuff.
I went to the Angry Barber yesterday. We used to have a skit.
He didn't scalp you.
Well, no, that was this other jerk off that was over here. But I always used to go to the Angry Barber and we used to do a skit about politics. And he's always growling when he's cutting my teeth about who he's talking about. You know, especially when we did it during the time of the Bush time. You know, they were pretty good. So he used to do the biker and the Angry Barber. That was the name of the show. But we did. We always talked about politics. He brought up some stuff about what he thinks was going on, which is very interesting about, especially like with Florida, but about the country and everything else. And this is going to be stopped. From what I understand, I think there's 1,000 veterans that are going up to Minnesota as a militia to help out the ICE agents. And, they can actually shoot them because Minnesota has the law of protecting yourself, if anybody attacks you. So, and they also have one for the, if somebody tries to run you over with the car, you could kill them also. It's one of the things for the cops. But for some reason, this woman good that got, that was the other thing, the photo here. Oh, put this up. This will make people laugh.
I got a good story after this though about that getting shot.
Yeah, okay. What? We probably try to put some sense of humor in there. I can't believe
this is what you want.
Who? Hold on.
Is that what you wanted?
Yeah, that's what I want. I had this other thing too. Yeah, that.
All right. Well, I don't know if you guys saw it on the. Okay, we talk about that, and then I'm going to talk about that judge.
No, we're just showing you about where the Greenland touches different parts of the country, like it's very close to Russia. They say where there's a spot there that when the water goes below the water table there, not water table, when there's low tide and stuff, you could actually walk across to Alaska and stuff, and you go walk to Russia.
Mhm.
So this is the problem around this area, and there's a lot of ships and stuff. Now there's a lot of ships that appear from China and Russia around there. So that's why President Trump is trying to put a lid on it. So it's pretty good, important. So thanks for putting that up so you can see that.
Oh, sure. I mean, it's important. I mean, that you look at it, and that's where you can see it's a puzzle piece too, that the islands are just little pieces that are sticking up. Pat said she couldn't hear you, George, so I don't know why.
No, but okay. What you want me to explain that again? The whole thing is that the way the Greenland is facing and in the area, it's touching. It's not far from Russia, and it's not far from the United States and stuff like that. But a lot of military action is happening around Greenland because it's very important. Besides, guaranteed there's oil there, but there's a lot of mineral there. And we have our intelligence there with the video I posted up before about with the airspace and stuff. So that's why it's so important for those reasons, and that's why President Trump is trying to protect our sovereignty, and that's why what happened down to South America, and eventually he warned Colombia. They're still, I think, because of all the stuff that he did with the blowing up those boats and everything else, the drug overdose in the United States went down by 20%. That since he stopped the borders and the drug infiltrating the United States, which I think that's very big in saving a lot of lives, which I think is very important. So I don't know why this one didn't come up.
So I don't know if you guys saw it on the news about the judge that got shot in Lafayette, Indiana, but it came across the scanner page that I'm on. And apparently a guy they think it's a guy, walk up to the door and told the judge and his wife that he had their dog, which I don't even know if they knew their dog was missing or not. And they shot the judge in the arm, and they shot his wife in the hip. And that person, the person is still out and about. They haven't caught him yet. And when that happened, they had all the hospitals in Lafayette, which is 20 miles from my house. Yep. They had it all locked down. They had the hospitals locked down. They had the police departments locked down and everything. And there was they're not saying it on the news, but what was found was a list, and it was a target list. It had all kinds of names. It had physicians' names on it and cops' names on it, and a few other. There was one. What was the other one? I think it was jail guards or something like that they had on there. And so it hit the mainstream news. I seen it on, I think it was on Fox yesterday. They were talking about it, but it happened a couple days ago, but that person is still out and about. And so I'm sure these people that were on that list, they probably been contacted already by now and would, whoa, there goes George, and would have security for that. But it was bad. I mean, I seen it when it happened, and I got pictures. I should have loaded them up, but somebody was out there and they were showing around the house. They had the police presence was enormous, but they wouldn't say it was Judge. I think it was Judge Myers. They wouldn't say that it was him at first. They just said that it was a shooting, and they locked the whole area down, and you couldn't go down certain roads. I think it was Mill Pond Road is where it was at, but it's not that far from here. But it starts to make you wonder what kind of hit list that was, if this was related to people on the left, or if it was related to that's who I'm talking about. MK is that judge here in Indiana, in Lafayette. Yeah, but I don't know, if it could be a leftist, it could be related to a healthcare lawsuit, but I don't understand why the police would be on the target list myself, but it's pretty interesting. We don't have huge news around here, so that one really hit. So I just wanted to say that. So, yep, Brad, Lafayette, Indiana. It's not that far from me at all. I go to Lafayette, but that's where you got to go to get Culver's Steak and Shake to get the garlic butter burger. Where'd you go, George? You just pop out, or was that?
I couldn't take you anymore. I had to hang up.
Yeah. You're funny. No, I thought maybe your power went out too, like Sean. It was like, I'm going to be by myself again.
No, I got backup generator. I'm not worried.
Yeah, I don't. I just got the fireplace. But so 2 cops shot in Portland. One looking for that guy too. I don't know. I think the one here in Indiana. I don't know why they haven't found him yet, but I thought it was pretty hinky, something like that. I mean, you come in, somebody knocks on your door and says they have your dog, and then shoot you. That's crazy.
I was trying to post a thing up, but for some reason,
No, George, you have the floor. I'm being so nice. Go ahead.
Yeah, right.
Well, we got 6 minutes here. I wish I had something else funny, but tomorrow's Frisky Friday. I can't wait for tomorrow. Yeah, and I'm going to be sending you a text after the show too, Mark. It's something you got to do.
You got to go on another mission, Mark.
Yeah, it's an easy mission. You don't have to leave the house for it, though. And Sean, you haven't done it yet. What I asked you to do.
That's right. You're on the list.
you're on the hit list for Wake Up Patriots. So you know what I'm talking about. Mark don't yet. He's going to find out after the show. I got to do that. No. Sean was talking about his what?
I was trying to download this thing.
Denise, her kid in Texas isn't working right in this, but yeah, Texas is getting ice. That's
talking about it this morning about I was talking to I saw a video on TikTok that they were actually guy was out there with like a little hammer to break the ice off of the cow's face. Yeah. That the face was frozen. I mean, it was
I hate those farmers that leave their cows out like that in the weather. That's so mean. I've seen it when I lived up north.
It's funny. You take a lot of things for granted. I never knew that. Again, did I do that to you again?
Yeah. Well, they used to leave them out like that. And it's just, I know I want a butter burger too now, MK. I really do. But yeah, they do have to do that. Those are the people that leave their cows out. You're supposed to bring them in when it gets bad like that, because they could freeze standing up right out in the field. I mean, they do. They freeze like that, and it's awful. Did I ever tell you about cow tipping?
Yeah, I did that.
Yeah, we used to do that too. Yeah. Oh, yeah. The calf's ears freeze and they fall off and everything. I know that's horrible. It used to make me so sad when I lived up north and you'd see some of the farmers leave their cows out.
I never knew that would happen to them. How would they breed? I mean, I'm just saying.
They don't. They die standing on their feet, frozen like that. Then it's awful.
Yeah, I just do this quick. This photo. I thought I downloaded this, but this is where the left's mentality is, right? She wanted to stop an ICE from deporting illegals from kill American citizens. The left mourned her, right? These girls were all American citizens killed by illegals. The left didn't do shit about this. And they fought him about that law that they passed, that that girl that got killed, the law. The Democrats are just protecting anything that Trump wants to do. But the whole thing is that you can't, and why would people vote for these people? I have no idea, because of the way they try to protect murderers, rapists, illegals, drug thing. I mean, it just constantly keeps on going and going and going, and it just drives me insane how the people. I mean, look. I mean, besides the women, these women. I mean, they don't look too good. You can tell their mind is deranged or something, because if you look in their eyes, and a lot of people are getting paid. We had that up about all that stuff and everything else. But people, it amazes me to just. I cringe when I wake up in the morning. I watch the news because I want to see what's going on, but it just I don't know if it bothers a lot of people also. To have no,
why the left women look like that? Because the evil's got to come out somewhere, and so it comes out in their looks after so long. It has to escape. It just builds up and builds up and builds up. That's what I say. And that's why the women on the right are so much prettier than the women on the left, because we try to be happy and we have conservative values and we're family first.
What right do they have to get kids out of school and the teachers coming out of school, right, to wear blue bands on their arm to fight against ICE agents? What does that teach kids? Your teachers are supposed to teach the kids what they're supposed to learn, not anti-America stuff and the establishment and stuff like that. It's just unbelievable. I mean, look at our numbers, how bad the math and the reading are here. I mean, I know we got a lot of illegals here that can't read, and the kids in the school, and they have to put special programs. All our tax dollars pay for all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We have to have special classes. We have special schools and everything else to have them, and they defend them. They defended a guy that was up in court already.
They want you to put that on your Facebook page so they can share it.
Mine? But
Yeah.
that picture?
Yeah.
Okay, no problem. I'll do it on Facebook.
Yeah. So I'm just relaying the message. I'm just a mission.
Yeah, I'll do it. I'll put it up.
Yeah. So if you guys are getting that storm, coming, make sure you're ready, because I don't think it's going to be
Very important. Very important. If people tell it's besides the water. I mean, usually the pumps are pushing out from wherever the water's coming from. But the stove and stuff and everything else, if you got gas, it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure if you have a barbecue, you could get a tank for that. If you got electric.
Here's one I shared. If you got a can of Crisco, tear up some cotton clothes and you take a thin strip of it, dip it push it down into the Crisco, and that sucker will burn for a long, long, long time. And then when you blow it out, it stays. It's way better than candles, and you don't get the black soot or anything like that too. But there's a lot of things you can do. I know a lot of people put tents in their house and then cover the top of the tent with blankets and everything to conserve heat inside the house. You can put blankets up in between rooms like that if you have it. But if you heat your house with the oven during that, you got to be really careful. But don't bring your barbecue grill in the house and do that and heat your house, because you'll die of carbon monoxide poisoning. That's not a good idea. And another thing, I went through the storm in 1978, and it was so bad that our neighbor had to dig our door out so we could get out. We were trapped in the house, and it was I think it was a whole week we couldn't go anywhere or anything like that. My mom ran out of cigarettes, and oh man, was that bad. That was so bad when she ran out of smokes. So if you smoke, make sure you have your smokes before that happens. That's all I'm going to say. And liquor, the liquor stores will probably be sold out too.
Yeah, that'll keep you warm. Liquor keep you warm.
Yeah, people do that too. I know it was bad, but they say it's the snow, but it's not just the snow. It's when the wind hits like that, and you get the drifts, and then that's when you're in trouble.
Yeah,
so
there's people. Canned foods are very good to have.
Mm-hmm.
Canned, you could, you don't. There's stuff that you can have. You could keep if you don't have to worry about the stuff in the refrigerator. If you got to put stuff out, you can put.
We put it in snowbanks. You just take it out and put it in the snowbank.
Yeah, when I was up in New York, we did that.
Mm-hmm. That works too. Yeah, Denise's liquor stores within walking distance. Yeah, good for you, Stacy. Cigarettes. Oh no. Yeah, when my mom ran out of cigarettes, she was a beast that week. I'm telling you. Oh my God, there was no way to get anything. I mean, you couldn't.
They showed photos that a lot of shelves are empty in Texas about food and stuff.
Well, yeah, look, I'd be afraid of Texas. Look how much wind power they have, and those windmills are going to, you can't run the windmill during that shit. It's going to freeze right up. All that fiberglass is going to crack and everything too. But I don't know. So anyways, tomorrow's Frisky Friday. We'll be here. I hope you guys are here too. What do you want to say, George?
Don't forget the thumbs up, please. Very important. Thank you very much for participating with Trixie's sarcastic towards me. I just have to buckle up.
You poor baby. Oh.
Every time you say something bad, I get thrown back in the chair.
Yeah.
But again, we're gonna rate Mike's show, huh? You want?
Yeah, we're gonna rate Mike's show, and so we'll be here, huh? What?
Do some music out.
What? I can't. What? What did you say?
No, I wish I was in Star Trek, because I would make Scotty beam me right over there, pull you by your head and your hair.
You know what? Just for that, you're getting this.
Yeah. Don't tell me I was good. Trap. That's right. I am.
We're caught in a trap.
Yeah, right. This is for everybody that thinks about conspiracy theories
every day.
Because I love
you. What thing is that when you put the
much, baby.
Oh, somebody's making
Why can't you see
Okay, so we're gonna raid Mike.
what you do
Over here now. Oh, Sean's here tomorrow and he's not in the dark.
when you don't believe a word I say?
Yeah, appreciate you.
Okay, 3, 2, 1.
Can't go on together with suspicious minds.